Notre Dame has hired a new defensive coordinator. They hired Chris Ash as defensive coordinator, and what it means for the Irish. I mean, we can really get into this because I dug into this thing. He fills the vacancy left by Al Golden. Right, Al Golden took the DC job with the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a hire that comes with a mix of experience, maybe some concerns, plenty of debate. I think most people agree that Ash is a good football mind, but there are some things that go with this. So what does the move mean for Notre Dame? Like, we can go ahead and break this thing down. Ash is no stranger to big-time college football. His resume does include stints as the DC at Wisconsin, at Arkansas, Ohio State, where he helped win the Buckeyes a national championship under Urban Meyer. He then became the head coach at Rutgers and was there from 2016 through 2019. Things did not exactly go well there. He became a DC a defensive coordinator at Texas in 2020. That was Tom Herman's last year. Most recently, he's been in the NFL. He spent time with the Jaguars and the Raiders in different coaching and scouting roles. He was a scout with the Jaguars just last year. At Wisconsin, his defenses were in the top 20 in scoring and total defenses. The unit didn't make any significant jumps under him. His year at Arkansas was a disaster, but I mean, that was a rebuilding program. It was, you get what happens. At Ohio State, the Buckeyes did see moderate improvement in his first year. They made a huge jump in year two. They finished second in the nation in scoring defense, and they helped Ohio State win the 2014 national title. His one season at Texas was a mess. That was the COVID year. They were installing a new system. They didn't really have an off season. I mean, there was all kind of reasons why things didn't go well. But since that year at Texas in the COVID season, he's been out of college football. He spent 3 years in the NFL. He hasn't been in a play calling role since 2020. So, I mean, let's be real. There's major question marks with this. His recent track record is not, it's not great, right? He's been fired from 4 of his last 5 jobs, both of the NFL roles, the DC at Texas and the head coach at Rutgers. So that's not great. He hadn't been a DC in college in almost 5 years. The game has evolved. We don't know how much he's adapted to modern defensive schemes. His coaching style can be, what's a good word? Polarizing, I guess. Like when he was at Rutgers and others, he kind of developed a reputation for not being the easiest dude to work with. We'll see if maybe being away from the college game has helped him in regards to that. Who knows? Recruiting was a big question mark. He's not known as a great recruiter. That's something that Notre Dame can't slip on, but I will admit that matters way less in this new era. Like, if you can coach ball, you can coach ball. They can get you players. But Marcus Freeman, he knew what he was getting himself into with this. This was not an out-of-nowhere decision. Freeman and Ash, they've coached against each other. It's very likely that Freeman values Ash's experience and his defensive IQ over everything else. And Freeman is a defensive coordinator. He knows what he's doing. So the things that need to happen in order for this to work, right? If the hire is going to be a success, they got to trust the current staff, right? Notre Dame's got one of the best defensive back coaches in the country in Mike Mickens. They got a rising star in Max Bullough. They got Al Washington leading the defensive line. They got dudes. I think if he's going to do anything, don't come in and overhaul stuff. Just lean on those guys. Don't fix what ain't broken, right? Notre Dame's defense was elite last season. They were number 6 in total defense, number 5 in scoring defense. If I put my notes down right. Keep that momentum. Don't do anything crazy. Keep Mickens involved in the passing game, right? Under Al Golden, Mickens had a huge role in their coverage schemes. If Ash tries to run things completely his way, that could certainly create some issues. They need to improve their run defense, right? We talked about that multiple times on here when we were breaking down games. That's the one area that could probably use some work. They need to, Notre Dame needs to be more dominant up front. Ash is more known for being solid against passes or against the pass. But, I mean, who knows? It's been years, right? If Ash does come in with the mindset of maintaining and kind of doing what's already working rather than trying to put his own stamp on things, I think this hire would be fine. So I think the best way to define it is maybe high risk, high reward, right? Because this defense is already built. Like it's a risky hire. There's no guarantee that Ash is the right fit. And if you look at his recent coaching history, there's certainly some concerns there. But at the same time, I mean, Marcus Freeman, I think at this point deserves the benefit of the doubt when it comes to hiring defensive coaches. Because I think we kind of had the same thought process with Al Golden. How long's it been since he's been in college and all this kind of stuff? You know, if you can coach ball, you can coach ball. Ash brings NFL level schemes and physicality to an already elite defense. Keep Mickens involved. Like keep that staff that they've got involved. Help Notre Dame stay on the path to another college football playoff. Worst case scenario, like his coaching style doesn't exactly mesh. He doesn't connect with players. Notre Dame takes a step back defensively, and that's going to be a huge problem because this team is built around this defense. So we'll see what happens with it. But Chris Ash, I think, all in all, like risky hire, but potentially good hire.